Veterans are the backbone of the league. Some are stars like LeBron James, others warm the bench like Kyle Lowry. In this video, I'll put every team's oldest player back in their prime to see which team wins the championship. This video comes as a suggestion from Cam the Casual, so thanks Cam, and let's get to the video. So when I read his comment for the first time, the people that I thought would be the best in this video would be LeBron, maybe Kevin Love, or I thought maybe Mike Conley on the Wolves. Side note, it's actually Joe Ingles on the Wolves, so they kind of got screwed over there because Joe Ingles' highest was an 80 and Conley's was an 87, but some of the people that actually came up most were really surprising. So let's get looking through the teams and we'll see which teams got the biggest boosts or got the most unlucky. So the 76ers got a boost to Eric Gordon. That brings him to their fourth best player. That actually is a pretty huge boost for them. Having an 85 get added to the team essentially. Can't complain there. The Bucks really got the short end of the stick here, getting Thanasis to go up from a 70 to a 72. Nikola Vucevic goes up like 5 points or 6 points. That's not a huge upgrade. It's kind of just what they expected trading for him, but he becomes their best player. I think they'll get a little bit further, but I still don't think they'll make the playoffs with this roster. Larry Nance just goes up like 4 points or like 2 points or something. Next team. Another one, Chris Boucher. Not really a game changer for this Celtics squad. Brook Lopez though gets a decent boost up to an 84 from like an 80. That leaves him and Zubac has a pretty good center core. They actually have a good top 4 now. It's just I don't think the rest of the team is going to get them over the hump. KCP, he's a 79 now. Kristaps, he gets a pretty decent boost actually, like 6 or something like that. Their big 3 is almost all 90 overall, so this team could make a splash. I think they'll be a surprise when it comes to the playoffs. Norm Powell, this is his highest rating, so unfortunately for them, he didn't get any boost. Plumlee goes up a handful, not going to shake anything in this team. He's tied for their best center, I guess, but the bar wasn't high. Here's what I'm talking about. Also, ignore the old picture. When importing the prime Kevin Love player attributes, I accidentally also imported the picture, so he looks like a Greek statue. Ignore that. He goes up to an 89 though. That's a massive boost. He's the best player on the team. Depth is pretty horrendous still though. The Kings one here is really interesting. DeRozan and Westbrook are like super close birthdays, so I had to check it, but DeRozan ends up being older. They really wish they could have got prime Westbrook, but prime DeRozan's almost a 90. That brings him to the best player on the team, and they have an interesting core, but they're not going to win anything. Next, Jordan Clarkson goes up like 2 overall. Next team again. Bron goes up to a 99. He's peak form. GOAT form. Him and Luka will be an insane 2. I think their lack of depth is made up for with them having 2 basically 99 overalls. Orlando Magic. Tyus Jones stays at a 79. This is where things get scary. The Mavericks already win so many times in simulation, but now they have prime Klay Thompson. So yeah, he gets to a 91. They have a 94, a 91, 91, 84, 80, 80. This squad is insane. They have almost 80s to round off the bench too. Yeah, this one is probably the favorite to win. At the Nets, Terrence Mann, I don't even want to talk about this team. So Tim Hardaway Jr., small boost to an 81. He just becomes their starting shooting guard, I guess, instead of Christian Braun, but it's not that much of a boost. I don't think this is going to have a huge impact on this team's success in the playoffs. TJ McConnell's an 80. I think it's the same. This one I'm curious about though. This team has depth now. DeAndre Jordan goes back to Lob City. DeAndre Jordan, he gets up to an 87. His standing and dunk and his driving dunk are a 96 and a 98. If you look at the ratings here, he's tied with Zion at an 87. They have Trey Murphy at an 84, Derek Queen 82, Murray at an 81. Same with Poole. Down to their 8th man is an 80, almost 9th man, so they could run a 9-man rotation of almost all 80s and above. The Pistons, Tobias Harris actually gets a nasty boost up to 85. That's really good for them. They're already a scary squad, and now they get one of their bench guys to become their 3rd best player. I'm gonna keep some eyes on the Pistons. The Raptors, Garrett Temple gets boosted from a 72 to a 75. What's next team? Rockets. Jeff Green goes up like 4 to a 79. What's the next team? Spurs. Kelly Olynyk gets a decent boost to a 79. He just becomes a rotational guy at this point. Bryce O'Neal, this is the best he's ever been, a 76. I was surprised, but luck of the draw, I guess. Caruso just goes up 2 to what his overall was last season, so they won the championship that season. Maybe they can win it again. So here's the one I was talking about earlier. Mike Conley in his prime was an 87 overall. Joe Ingles was an 80, so he gets boosted from a 73, I think, to an 80. That's a huge move for the Timberwolves to get another rotational piece that can defend and hit the 3. Conley would have been an absurd addition. They're missing just a point guard, and them getting one up to an 87, they would have been unstoppable. So Dame and Drew Holiday's birthdays are crazy close, but it ended up being Drew Holiday, who was born earlier, so he gets a boost. That's crazy for them. He goes up to an 87, although the rest of the squad is super weak, so I'm not really looking at them to do anything crazy. The Warriors, Al Horford up to an 86. That's insane for them, actually. That leaves them with a 95, an 89, an 86, an 80 and an 80. Their top is really, really good, but the depth is what scares me with this squad. The Wizards get Chris Middleton up to an 86. Next team. Just kidding. There is no next team. I'm an idiot. My prediction is the Lakers will win or the Dallas Mavericks. My sneaky squads are maybe the Pelicans are going to do a little bit better than we expect, and potentially the Hawks. Maybe the Clippers too. Let's get to simulating. Why is LeBron wearing number 35? Hold on. There we go. That was disgusting. Oh my God. So we're 10 games into the season. The Lakers are 1-9. Let's go check if the Mavericks are doing it. Oh my God. Yeah, they're 8-2. The Pelicans, like I said, 7-2. What about in the Eastern Conference? Knicks undefeated, 8-0. Pistons doing decently, but the best team's looking to be the Mavericks so far. So in terms of our guys who got boosted, league leaders, LeBron's averaging 28, 7.5. DeRozan's averaging 26.5. Don't see anyone else in here. We'll go another 10 games, see if the Lakers can turn it around, and see if the Mavericks stay up top. A little better, 7-13. Looking at the league leaders, Steph Curry with a center is averaging 36.5. Mavericks still best in the standings, but Golden State Warriors is surprising one game behind them. Pell's doing a lot better with DeAndre Jordan up to an 87. Looking at the Eastern Conference, the New York Knicks only lost one game so far. They're just running off how good they are already. I kind of made fun of the Cavs earlier because their players didn't get any boosts, but they're at a calm 14-8. Nothing else super interesting. Celtics doing horrible. Lakers doing horrible is crazy. They definitely will turn it around. So we're at the trade deadline. The Lakers have made their way up the standings a little bit to an actual winning record, 27-22. Looking up here, Mavericks and the Wolves are basically tied. Warriors a game behind. Clippers actually doing a lot better than in real life. Same as the Pels. Knicks just seem dominant. Pistons doing good too. My plan here is to just get to the end of the season, look at the standings, see what's interesting, and then get into the playoffs because I think that's where the real excitement will happen. So Jokic, despite some of the boosts, despite having LeBron in the league at a 99, wins your MVP, 29, 11, almost 12 rebounds, and then 10 assists. 60% from the field is crazy. 40% from 3 is crazy. Cooper Flag is Rookie of the Year. Most improved player is Nemes Keita, but he's not even one of the boosted guys. LeBron does get All-NBA first team though. None of the second team guys are one of our guys. None of the third team guys. All defensive, we get no one. All defensive second, we get no one. Looking in the standings, the Wolves actually dethroned the Mavs, beating them by 2 games. But the Mavs, Wolves, and Spurs all had very dominant records in the Western Conference. But then over in the Eastern Conference, the big dog is the Knicks with a 62-20 record. That is crazy. They didn't even get a huge boost. They're just like that. Look at this too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams above 50 wins. Clippers, okay. And Lakers made it up. They're in the 9 seed. They're in the play-in. That's funny. But then over in the East, one of them has 50. 4 of them have 40. That's crazy. So Pels Nuggets is interesting because DeAndre Jordan got a boost, but this Lakers one too with LeBron getting a boost and DeMar DeRozan getting a boost. I want to see how that one goes. So simulating this one, Lakers win, and it's a dominating Lakers performance. LeBron with a 37-6 game, 15 of 23 from the field. That's vintage Bron, 2 blocks. He's here to go on a tear in the playoffs despite them only getting the 9 seed. So I don't really care about these Eastern Conference teams in the playoffs. The highest boosted player is Vucevic. He wins, so I'm assuming they'll beat the Hornets because that's not really a hard team to beat. I'm more excited about the actual teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So let's simcast this Nuggets-Lakers game, see who makes it through to the actual playoffs. I'm very curious to see which team makes it out of this game with a win. That's a win in the first quarter and second quarter, but the Lakers go on a huge tear in the third. The Nuggets need a big comeback. They don't get it. 137-123 for your Lakers. LeBron with a 40, 38, 10, and 12 game, a ridiculous triple-double. Luka with 31, Austin Reeves with a double-double. That puts your Lakers up against the Timberwolves in the first round. I simcasted this just at full speed because I was like, maybe it'll be close. LaMelo Ball goes crazy, gets the Hornets the win over the Bulls somehow. That means the Hornets go up against that God Squad Knicks in the first round. The matchups I'm most curious about looking at are the Wolves-Lakers one, the Mavs-Pels one. Curious to see if the New York Knicks make it all the way to the finals, and I really want to see how Detroit does. Don't sleep on the Clippers though. We'll start by simcasting this one because this seems to be the most interesting matchup so far. Back and forth game, 4-point advantage. Does it get any closer? 2-point advantage for the Wolves going up against the Lakers. 117-115. Let's jump in. We should be in Minnesota as they were the 1 seed. Yep. Switch off the playing, and the Wolves start with the ball. Gobert into Highland, who just pulls. That's an easy basket. No one's guarding him. That's a 5-point advantage. Huge basket here. Reeves on Conley. I'm curious to see if we get Joe Ingles back in the game since he's the one who actually got the boost over Conley. Smart with the 3. Doesn't fall. Gobert with the board up to Randall. Ant-Man on Jake LaRavia gets the screen. Pulls for 3. Rare miss for Ant. Connects in the game for some reason. I don't see Luka. Did he foul out? We'll check in a second after Reeves misses his shot off the screen. Oh, actually, Jake LaRavia in the corner. Huge basket. 118-120. Let's see. Did he foul out? Luka did not. He's just not in the game. Whatever. I don't run the teams, but they should really put him back in. Ant to the cup. Gives it to Conley. Gobert in the corner. What? What? Gobert is like that, I guess. Connect. Not like that. Lakers need a stop here, but Ant-Man... Oh. They foul. Probably to bring Luka in. Wait, LeBron wasn't in either. I'm an idiot. LeBron comes in. Luka comes in. Now they got their main guys. That was a huge mishap. What the... What? I honestly have no words. Nope. Get me out of here. Oh. They made it close after I simulated, but not close enough. LeBron, you can't have 19. No other super interesting wins across the league except for Cleveland losing to Brooklyn. That one's just weird. Brooklyn didn't even really get a boost. Simcasting this second game between the Lakers Wolves. It's Wolves, it's Wolves, it's Wolves, it's Wolves. Yeah, third game here. Back and forth a bit. Fourth quarter. Lakers have a massive lead and it's not going to change. That's off of a LeBron 17 assist game. Great efficiency too. Game 4 here. It's very close. Still a little close. 1-point game, 2:40 to go. 2-point game, 158. We're jumping in. This time LeBron is in. Luka is not though. Conley gets the inbound. Drops it to Randall. Going to work against Jake LaRavia. That's an easy basket. 4-point lead for the Wolves. Give it to Bron, bro. Yeah, there you go. LeBron against Naz Reid. That should be light work. Post hook doesn't fall. Hachimura with the board and basket. Randall just attacking LaRavia. Gets kind of locked up though. Naz Reid on Bron. That's a bat. Yeah, pass that back. Naz Reid for 3. Reeves with the board. Good stop for them. They're going to need a basket here. Only a minute left. LeBron against Naz Reid. This should be an easy basket. LeBron's just kind of tweaking though. Gives it to Smart. Doesn't, yeah, what? Conley with dribble moves. Naz gets the screen from Randall. Doesn't, yeah, LeBron fights under the screen. Basket on Bron's head. Gives it up to LeBron again. LeBron's got to get it back. Oh, huge playmaking there. Hachimura in the right place at the right time. Gets the bucket. 130 to 122. 130 to 132. If Randall can get a basket here, that'll be massive for the Wolves. That falls. Great clutch bucket there from Julius. Lakers really need a basket here. Doncic is in the game finally. He just a step back on, yeah, what the, this one's over, I think. Yeah, Ant-Man and Julius lead the way with 30 bombs. Good games from their big 3, but better games from the Wolves. Ignore that. Wolves seem like they're going to whoop them, so I want to see one of these games down here. Mavs, Pelicans. First is a win, second is a win. Third quarter's 46 points. That is not even close. 40 from Coop. What? Zion almost with 42. DeAndre Jordan with a double-double, but yeah, they lose by 28. Lakers got eliminated. Let's look at a Thunder Warriors game. This one seems decently close, but not anymore unless the Warriors come out a comeback, which they don't. That brings them to a game 7, which will also simulate. Thunder went, whoa, huge third quarter from the Warriors. That might win them the game outright. It's a little close, but not anymore. And the Warriors come, oh my God. 58 from Steph, 9 3-pointers. 24 of 39 is absurd efficiency. Over there, Shea, yeah, Shea just didn't get it done. What are you going to do when Steph scores 58? Wow, so wait, do you see that? When did that happen? LaMelo Ball and company destroy the Knicks in 6. Unbelievable. Atlanta gets out 2. I'm very invested in this now. I really like this matchup. This will be super interesting to see. I also think this will be interesting to see. Huge boosts from a lot of these teams actually. Al Horford for the Warriors, getting prime Klay Thompson for the Mavs, and getting prime Brook Lopez for the Clippers. Let's simcast a game in each of these matchups and see if there's one we can jump into. So Wolves Warriors, not even close. Julius Randle with 32 points. Steph had 32 as well, but the rest of the crew couldn't get enough points to bring them ahead. Clippers win the first game in their matchup, so we'll simulate the second. It's going back and forth a little bit. It's a lot, yeah, way more dominant for the Mavs. Kyrie 28, Clay 24, 5 threes. Cooper with 5 threes as well. Nope, that's free throws. Cooper with 22 and 10. Not super keen on simulating this, but you know, we'll just see what happens. Maybe it's close. Won't be the most crazy thing to jump into, but yeah, it's not close. What the? 142. Scotty Barnes with 27. Just communist hoops for the Hornets, I guess. We'll jump into this game at Cavs versus Pistons. Cavs win, Cavs win, Cavs win. Pistons have to go on a run here, and they do. 1 point game with a minute and a half on the clock. Asar inbounds it to Isaiah Stewart, who gives it to Cunningham. Can he get a quick basket? Looks like he wants to, but he gets stripped by Donovan Mitchell. Up to Tyson. Tyson wastes the possession. Evan Mobley saves it though. Yeah. 3-point lead for the Cavs as Cunningham drives into the paint, gets the ball in the cup. 1 point lead for the Cavs. Great clutch play from Cunningham. Really quick screen, insane pass there. Donovan Mitchell with the dime into the post. Evan Mobley on his head gives them again a 3-point lead. Cunningham, we need some work from you to get this game back in reach. Drives in on Donovan Mitchell. Kicks it out to Robinson. Duncan Robinson misses. Huge rebound. Cunningham's just spamming moves, but he does get it to fall. 1 point deficit again. Just trading baskets here. No defense is being played. Donovan Mitchell passes it back into Mobley. Isaiah Stewart, he blocked. Unreal block there. Just swats it away from an amazing player in Mobley. That's exactly what they need with this 1 point deficit to bring the game back into their grasp. Asar gives it to Cade. Can he win them the game here? Passes it to Harris. Tobias Harris, hook, and it drops. Gives them a 1 point lead with 16 seconds left. Tobias Harris is the one that got like a 7 or 8 point boost to his rating up to an 85 overall. He becomes their star vet, and he gets them the lead here late in the fourth. Why does that look like John Stockton? Do the Cavs have an answer? Garland on Cade. Cade's a good defender. I'm assuming Garland will call for a screen. No, he just passed it to Donovan Mitchell. Jarrett Allen passes it into Mobley. Mobley being guarded by Tobias Harris. Wow. Launch it. He hits another state, and that is a win for your Cavs. Huge back and forth buckets in the clutch, but Cleveland comes out on top. This is the most interesting matchup, so we'll see what happens if the Wolves can get out in 4 or if the Warriors make a comeback here. It's very close. Warriors up by 2. So they have the ball. There's 30 seconds left. So if the Wolves can get a stop, then they can... Oh my God. Wow, okay. Curry had DiVincenzo on ice skates, but he couldn't get the shot to fall. McDaniels! What a crazy layup. Euro step, gets it to drop. 114, 14 seconds left. Ties the game with a chance to put the Warriors out of the playoffs in the second round. What can Steph do? What will the chef cook? Curry on DiVincenzo. Gets in his bag, lays it in, hands it out, almost gets stolen. Jemski. What a shot! Jemski with the game winner. Wolves call a timeout. McDaniels into Ant in the corner. Doesn't pull. What? Celebrating like they won the finals, but they're still down 1-3. So nothing super interesting happened. Wolves ended up winning that game 5. Dallas won the game 5. Toronto won their game 6, and so did Detroit. So that leaves us in the conference finals. 2 of the teams I thought would be pretty good, especially Dallas, ends up here. And then Detroit, who I said was maybe going to be a sleeper pick, ends up also here. So we'll simulate back and forth. I'll let you know if we jump in, if any of these games are close. Game 1's not close. It's a Naz Reid game where he drops 31 on 12 of 17 from the field. Game 2 in the East was close until it wasn't. A 36-19 run in the 4th for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham with nearly 40. Game 2 here in the West, they keep it close, but the Wolves end up winning by 24. Naz Reid, Julius Randle, Ant-Man, Bones Highland all score over 20. Kyrie got no help from his supporting cast. So game 4 here for the Wolves. Pistons swept. This one's not close. So Kyrie drops 44. That leaves them tied 2-2, while the Pistons swept the Raptors to make it to the finals. So we'll simulate through these remaining couple of games here for the Wolves-Mavericks series. 145 points for the Wolves here. Ant-Man with 44. Can they get it close? None of these were really close enough to actually jump into, so I'd like to jump into one of them. This one, nope. Oh, well, whoops, but the Mavs win. Klay Thompson, 5 of 7 from 3. Return to form with our boost for him with the premise of the video. Julius Randle with an 32, 16, and 8 is nuts, but not enough. That brings us to a game 7 here. Kind of back and forth, but it's not really close. Wolves down. Can they bring it back? They try. Oh my God. 106, 107. Let's jump in. I don't know who will have the ball, obviously. We hope it's the Wolves. Even if the Wolves have to foul, it'll still be a 3-point game, but yeah, no, they do have the ball. Ant-Man with 6 on the clock, going against Klay to DiVincenzo from 3, and it falls! DiVincenzo with the clutch bucket. Kyrie doesn't. Oh my God. Ant-Man gives it to DiVincenzo with the clutch 3 to win the Western Conference Finals in Game 7. This is a crazy shot. Oh my God. Get Klay Thompson some help. Almost 30. No one else scored 20. So Wolves versus Pistons here in the finals. Is Tobias Harris enough of a boost to an 85 to help the Pistons come away with a victory against Minnesota? Not in game 1, with Ant-Man dropping 21, 7, and 8, 29, 7, and 8. I'm so stupid. He leads the way actually, 23 and 8. No assists. I think that's funny. Same in game 2 here. It's all Wolves in the first, but Pistons try to bring it back. It's not enough again. Huge victory for the Wolves. 36, 5, and 9 for Ant. 35, 6, and 10 for Cunningham. This is looking like it's about to be a gentleman's sweep, although Pistons looks like they have something to say about it. It's not close. A game 4 win here for the Pistons would be monumental to bring the series back tied to 2-2, and they get it by 21 points. Cade with 28, Jaden Ivey 25, Karis LeVert 25. Ant-Man had 38, but he had no help outside of that. That leaves us tied. Game 5 here. Pistons with a huge comeback in the third. Wolves come back a little bit. It's a 2-point game. Oh my God, I'm so dumb with this video with clicking the pause button. I should just slow it down when we're in the fourth quarter, but Ant-Man gets them to win with 36 points. Cade with 43. Wow. So the Pistons will need a huge win in this game 6 to force a game 7. Winner go home for them. 2-point game, and they take the lead with 2 minutes left. 5-point game, and it's a 12-point game. They end up winning by 9. Cade with a monster performance, 49, 10, and 12, 6 of 8 from 3. That's what you want to see out of your star player. Tobias Harris as his second man, over 50% from the field. That leaves us at a finals game 7. Wolves Pistons, who will come out on top? Looks like it'll be the Wolves here, unless the Pistons figure something out. They'll do a bit in the fourth. They're down 8, and that's a wrap. Ant-Man with 35 a game in the finals, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 61-51 splits. That's ridiculous. Joe Ingles out here dropping like triple 5s, 8 of 12 to close that game out for Ant-Man. On the Pistons, Cade had it going. Outside of that, Tobias Harris, 10 points isn't going to cut it at an 85 overall. That's going to lose you games, and lose it they did. So in my original comment to Cam the Casual, I said that one of the teams that I thought would be good was the Lakers, and that didn't pan out well. But I did also say the Wolves because I thought Mike Conley would get the boost. Joe Ingles gets the boost and doesn't really do anything, and the Wolves still get the win over several teams that got boosted players. So I don't really know what that means. An interesting outcome nonetheless. I'm really surprised they beat that God squad of a team in the Dallas Mavericks. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment any suggestions for video ideas you have. I'll do them. I'll shout you out. I love taking suggestions, and I love recording any of these kinds of videos. So yeah, I hope you had fun. I hope you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.